Hey guys, it's been a bit. I think a couple months since I've posted an update on my channel. I've been pretty busy with work actually. Haven't been able to join in on any of the painting chats. Haven't been able to get much painting done except what you see in front, which is actually quite a bit. But I've also been sick. I'm just now getting over the flu. I've been down for about 3 days with that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into what I've been doing. So, as most of you know, I do a lot of Napoleonic gaming, a lot of Ancients gaming, and that is pretty much the gist of my hobby for the most part. I do a lot of role playing, but I don't usually feature that kind of stuff on my channel. Let's see if I can get this focus in better while I'm sitting here just blabbing around here. So, um, I do have a 17-year-old son who used to be into gaming with me quite a bit, and we would play all sorts of different games. He was mainly into a lot of sci-fi, and he grew up just loving the Star Wars universe and everything. And as he's gotten older, he's kind of backed away from the hobby a little bit, and I wanted to find something to perhaps get him back into the hobby with me. I don't have, a lot of time left before he's off to college and off to his own life here, so I want to make the most of it while I can. So me and him had a discussion, and we decided on two games that we were going to try. And the first is Star Wars Imperial Assault. It's a game that's been out quite a while, but you can see here I've been painting up the miniatures here. I have a couple of the box sets and several of the expansions here, so you can see some of the stormtroopers there and the Imperial officers in the back, some jump troopers, the Royal Imperial Guard there in front with their red cloaks and their stun staffs, or whatever you call them. We have Darth Vader himself right here in front. Let's see if we can maintain that focus. And then we have Boba Fett right next to him. We have IG-88, the assassin droid, right there. We have some Gamorrean guards back here behind them, the pig-looking guys, and some Weequay bounty hunters back there, and then back behind them some Trandoshan bounty hunters as well. We have some Nexu, little creatures, and we have Grand Admiral Thrawn right here in front with the white Grand Admiral uniform. And then we have some of the heroes that I have completed. We have a Twi'lek Jedi over there on the front right. We have a Mandalorian right there in front middle. A Rhodian kind of gunslinger guy right there. A Wookiee warrior, and not sure what that guy is back there. Can't remember, I'll have to look it up. Then we have a Rancor, pretty big Rancor actually, and an AT-ST Walker. Rancor came out pretty good. I used a lot of contrast paints and a lot of ink on this guy, as one might imagine. But yeah, I'm satisfied with him. So I'm excited to go ahead and play that game with JJ. That's going to be a lot of fun, I think. The second option we have is Star Wars Armada. Now, this is a game for a long time that I thought about getting into, and I know Ian, what's his screen name there? His hook is the Deodemorph. I don't know. I hate to slaughter that name, but anyway, so I know he picked up 2 box starter sets of this about a year ago. And I had, thought about doing this, thought about doing it, and I kind of said, no, it's just not going to be worth it. And I decided to eventually, go ahead and jump in. So I jumped in pretty big, as I do with most things that I decide to get into. And we have the Chimera right here, which is Grand Admiral Thrawn's ship. We have 2 regular Star Destroyers on either side. We got some Imperial assault transports, and we have a whole mix of different fighters here. I'm not done painting them all up, but I have been painting them. Let's see if I can get in there and maybe give you an example of the paint jobs that we've been doing here. So yeah, we have been painting them up. And TIE Advanced fighters right here. It's not going to focus. There it goes. And the Rebel side of things, we did get the Liberty. I will get Home 1 in here soon. I have 3 Carillion Corvettes, which is a decent amount of them, I think. I repainted this one instead of the pre-painted red that's on these other two. I painted over the red with blue, and that'll give it a little bit of different variety there, so that looks good. Painted up some X-Wings here, still working on some others. I got some more Rebel fighters to do, of course, so yeah, but they're looking pretty good. And did up some couple squadrons of Y-wing bombers right here, and then B-wings right here in front. We do have one Nebulan B frigate that came with the core set. I'll be getting one more of those. They're pretty cheap. I think they're about 12 or 15 bucks for one of those, so it's pretty good. Yeah, so that's it in terms of new stuff here. Just been working along on that. These ships are actually easy to paint. The only problem is I haven't had much time to paint. What time I did, I utilized to finish up this stuff right here. And I'm pretty much done with this for the most part. I got a couple more heroes to do, and then it's all wrapped up until I get another box set eventually. Other than that, Armada, I'm looking forward to playing. Actually, I've watched several battle reports. Looks like a very interesting game to play. And yeah, so how did I get back into Star Wars? Well, the D&D group that I play with every Sunday, eventually we had done a one-shot on a Star Wars RPG, and it kind of kicked off my interest in Star Wars all over again. And that's how we ended up with 2 brand new games to paint and play. Other than that, speaking of RPGs, I did complete this building quite a while ago, actually, but I've never shown it. I've never really highlighted it to show you what it's about, but I use this for, and I'm building several others right now as we speak, actually. So I 3D print these on my 3D printer, and then I paint them up, add the IV, whatever else we're doing, special effects, whatever. So I use these for 2 things. Number 1, Dungeons and Dragons, of course. But number 2, I will be using these for Napoleonic skirmish games. Songs of Drums and Shakos is my number 1 Napoleonic skirmish. But this will allow me to go indoors with that game and utilize cover, barricades, etc., all that good stuff with Napoleonic skirmish. You can see right now I have a couple of my D&D miniatures in there just for display of scale. And yeah, so everything 100% in this building is 3D printed and painted and then assembled. So that is that building. That's one thing that, like I said, I've been working on, and I will continue making these buildings. You can make them multiple stories. You can make them all sorts of different odds and ends shapes. You know, paint them, obviously, paint them different colors, whatever you want to do. And yeah, so I got a couple floor plans planned out already. The pieces already printed out. All I got to do is paint them up and assemble them, and then they'll be good to go. Let's see. As you can see, I don't know if many of you follow my board gaming side or not, but you may remember this shelf used to be actually stacked from this top shelf all the way down with nothing but Hex Encounter board war games. And I have sold several of them because I've either played them and I know I'll never play them again, or they're games that I know I'll never get around to. And the others I have packed away, and I had to make room for stuff, you know, like books and miniatures and all sorts of stuff. So I'm kind of out of room over here in that stock case right there with miniatures here. So I need to get some more stacks of those plastic containers. If you can hear I'm kind of out of breath, it's because I've been sick, like I said. So hopefully that'll clear up. But ASL, you know, that'll never really go away. SPQR is one game that I'm looking forward to. It's still unpunched. I need to get that out on the table eventually. I will do. I've done a battle report on Pax Romana, and lots of people have asked me to do the full campaign of that. Eventually I will. That's why I didn't pack that away. Command and Colors, a lot of people know about those, so I left those out because I plan on doing the 6mm 3D miniature, basically playing that game using miniatures, so that's what we'll be doing. Other than that, let's see here. Table is how the table always looks for the most part. I just cleared off most of that Star Wars stuff, which was taking up the majority of this table the last month or so. Still got a couple guys down here. I got Darth Maul, got Luke Skywalker down there, Hera from the Phoenix team, we got Chopper somewhere over there, and we got 3 other random heroes. That's it for Star Wars Armada, and then they're done. I could probably finish off all these in about 3 days and call it quits on that and get back to my Napoleonics. Still got a lot of 10mm Napoleonics to do and catch up on, and of course my 18mm AB projects are still alive and kicking. Put in quite a bit of work this morning on some of the French infantry and the 8th Hussars back there, so, and a unit of foot guns as well. So other than that, we're also working on, as always, the Napoleonic Age of Sail Black Seas, not really Black Seas project, just using their ships. And yeah, there's the Mars there. I can't get it to focus here because I'm already using both of my hands. So I have another Royal Navy ship of the line to do here. And then after this guy's done and the Mars is done, I'm probably going to paint up 2, maybe 3 British frigates, and after that I can go ahead and move on over to the French side. And everything I have in the Royal Navy, I have one on the French side as well. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to kind of tell everybody that I'm still alive here, show what I was doing, what I was working on. The Star Wars stuff that I was showing you, not really going to be a huge part of my online YouTube hobby. That's more of a private thing for my son and I. If you guys want to see battle reports or something of it, you know, just let me know. Maybe I'll put one up, but for the most part, that's kind of a private hobby experience for my son and I. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the Napoleonic struggle continues, man. It goes on and on and on and on and on. It just never ends. I love it. So anyway, guys, thanks for taking the time to watch it. Take it easy, and I will see you next time.